So once again this year we've rocked up at Puerto Calero, and we're gonna. This is Puerto Calero, isn't it?
No.
This is Puerto Carmen. This is Puerto Carmen, and we're walking to Calero, and then we're going to take the ferry back this time. So quite a walk for us, especially I've got a blister on my foot. But off we go. Always keep this. Right, we're starting the walk, and if you can see that, it's 9:58, and at the start we've done 776 steps. So let's see what we do and how long. I always like it here because this is where the cats are, but the tide is well out today. Got a nice slipway, but massive bollards. So I don't think you could actually use it only via this gate. We always like to stop and look at our cats, but they seem to have a little spot each. How comfy is that?
Right, comfy.
Really very pretty and nicely done. We're here quite early actually to where we usually are. There's not many people about. Always pays to look back. Things starting to get going. The hire boats being set to. And here we go up the first steps, which has got the habit of putting padlocks on them. So this is the view of the little boatyard. Lovely little boatyard this. Seldom this calm when we've been here before. And this is the route. Soon going up the crinkle crankle steps. We've got the jet ski hire people taking the jet skis out. Nice little rig toe and that. Right, the crinkle crankle steps. So as not to make it too steep, they go left, right, left and right. Still knackering. Too fat like me. So this is the paved bit. You don't go on for far. Then you've got the rougher bit. But my God, look how calm that sea is today. Seriously calm. Always pays to look back. Right, it is 10:19, and so far we've done 2,000 steps, I think. Seems we've got some bird making an odd noise. Yup. That's odd. We call that the biop bird. If you are going to do this sort of early in the morning, because it is quite hot now.
Yeah, we've left it a bit late.
We've left it a bit late, but that'll do. So we're now leaving the paved area, which was rather nice. Doesn't go on for long. And we're on the rougher bit, which is still reasonably good, but if you're elderly or a little bit bad on your legs, I don't know if you could quite do this walk, but you took it slowly, decent shoes. I think that's probably the ferry we'll be coming back on, but I don't know. Again, look at that sun glistening beautifully on the water. What a luck we've had with the weather. Still got 5 days to go, so let's hope it keeps nice. Let's go and have a little look in. All my lovely droopy cacti seem to have died and finished. Well, we're still trudging along. This is the when we first did it, we thought, oh, that's Calero. Well, it certainly isn't. It's not even halfway. Then we're approaching the ravine. It's a bit of scrabble. This is if you've got dodgy knees or a bit elderly, you might struggle a little bit, but you can do it if you go slow. Can't you, indoors?
I didn't hear what you
You
said.
can do it if you go slow.
Take it easy.
Of course, this is All Saints Day here, 1st of November, which I think they celebrate quite a lot here in Spain and on Lanzarote, so it's a public holiday. Unlike in the UK where we just do a bit of trick or treating on Halloween and that's it. So I think this is the day where you celebrate all those who are no longer with us, i.e. dead. Was it All Souls Day rather, I think, not All Saints, All Souls Day, that's better. I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong. This is where last time we did it we flew the kite. There is a little bit of wind today, but not really enough, to be honest. This is just as it gets up. This is a little building that we can't work out. A nice little building, but it seems to have been abandoned. See the volcanic mountains in the distance with the shadows of the clouds on them. Again, I think it's got a certain stark beauty to it, with the lovely blue sea. Our plan is to walk here to Calero, get the ferry back, and then have a tapas in our usual restaurant. Not that we understand tapas. Someone spent quite a lot of money on the steps going down there to the sea, and of course at high water you could get in there nicely, but if you swam too long you'd be in a muddle. You wouldn't get out if the tide was going out. Crab out, as she says. Her indoors is knackered already and can't cope. Look at her.
Just giving you a drink of water.
She says she's just giving me a drink of water. And there in the distance is Puerto Calero. You can see the masts, but it's still, the ravine I spoke about wasn't back there. It's coming up, so I'd forgot. But there's still quite a schlep from here, according to the Jewish word. This is the ravine that you negotiate. I've put some steps in. I think I've improved it a bit this year. But it is quite a hobble. The steps going down are worse for me than going up. Yep, so this is the sort of steps down. They are better than I remember actually. Got a bit of a rib racing the jet ski. That really shifted. We just got overtaken by 2 Irish people, somewhat older than us, but my goodness, they were shifting. That's what that's called. So there you can see the masts of Calero, but believe me, it's still further than you think. But of course, hopefully provided the ferries are running today, we won't have to walk back. He says, puffing on the blood. I need to say to people, Gran Camino, because we were watching those happy days on YouTube the other night. Finished the Camino de Santiago, and this is very dry and dusty, which part of theirs was, and some parts were in the rain. But this is not, of course, the Camino de Santiago. It's a little stroll between Calero and Carmen. Well, Erwin Dawes was making a fuss about the bag, so now I'm having a carry it. She was making a fuss.
It is fair.
It is fair, apparently. I do all the driving, all the filming, and she just has to carry. But of course, women were born to carry.
Don't think that's right to be saying.
Apparently that's not the right thing to say. Well, I said it. The old world of you can't say that, can you? Don't apply to me. Well, once again her indoors is knackered, so she's had to sit down.
I'm far fitter than you.
Far fitter than me, apparently. But we're homing in on the Calero. Got that right, I think. Well, after a nice little sit and a rest, because her indoors was knackered, we're now back at it, clonking along. It's really actually easy walking here. All of it is, apart from the ravine, to be honest. Can't see the ferry that should have left at 11:15 though. Just I like to do it on All Souls Day and find they're not running, because it is a public holiday here in Lanzarote. Actually, I take it back, there is the ferry, so a little bit late perhaps, so it looks as though they are running. We're going to aim for the what? They're indoors?
1:45.
1:45, 12:45. Or 12:45 Pip Emma, if you want it in military speak, which you don't. Someone else got their old camper van up there. So homing in now on Calero, although I think you have to walk up there, curiously. Don't think there's an easy route through. To my knowledge, there's nowhere to actually have a swim in Calero. Is there?
No.
So we'll have a swim at after we get the boat back in Carmen. So here we are at the marina at Calero. We've got to find out the way you walk to get into the place. Could be there. Is it there, Catherine? Yeah, there's a road, look. This seems to be the way down, the road into the marina, so it isn't walk round quite like I thought. And I think they've even built some steps, good of them. It certainly is hot now. I don't know, probably about 28 degrees. No wind, so it still feels even hotter. But we've done it. You don't feel, I don't know how far it is. Let's have a look how far it is. We had quite a long stop because her indoors whinged.
Not.
Right, let's have a look. So the time is 11:37. And we have done, I don't know how, 6,700 steps. So by the time we get in, that'll be about 7,000. You knock off the 700 or so, about say 6,500 steps. I'll tell you when we get to the end how far that is. So it isn't actually that far. I've just looked at my watch, and if you take off the bit I'd done before we started, it's about 4.5 kilometres to the centre of Calero. So not that far, but in this heat seems like a little bit of a slip for those that don't work much, and one of them who keeps whinging and wanting to stop. Whinge, whinge, whinge. That'll be our indoors, by the way. Beer being delivered. We'll come back here another day just for our paella, but we'll drive on that occasion. Yeoman's for sale, Cap Caramats. Nice boat. Nice place to visit. This is, you know, you don't have to walk it. You just come here. Another very popular place to visit and very nice. Marina's nice and food is nice. Indoors just said it's flipping up today, and it is. And these are the restaurants that we like. There's one along here that we always forget where he does a really nice paella. And the really expensive boats are at the end. I've got a video on my channel of Calero if you want to watch that in more detail. And there are quite nice toilets here, which is where our indoors is heading to at high speed. And that's where the ferry leaves from as well. Same company, the same company that we went to the Graciosa on. There it is. It's a nice little boat ride. That's 2 boat rides we've had this year, and we've never really done it on Lanzarote before. But the weather has really lent itself to looking at the ferry, and then we'll load, or get on rather. Well, here's the ferry, and a very well endowed lady on it.
Where the coffee.
Right, with twin yams. There's Owen Doors at the front. Who's that? Do it again.
Titanic, I need to hang up
I
there.
wouldn't hang hanging off there.
Really?
That's shifting, isn't it?
I'm glad we came up full as the clock change.
We hang on Friday,
So it's nice to have that
yeah.
change while you're away.
Oh, the food's excellent.
Is it?
That's filming the 360. Yeah. Where did you stay?
We're in Costa. We've got a hire car though, so we've gone about
Ever
here.
since I went on the jet ski that went to Fulham and other jet skis.
Probably had somebody on the back that's gone.
Yeah, they've just gone.
I don't know. You know, you were saying you've lost count. I think we've lost count. We started coming in 1992.
Yeah.
We used to go 2 weeks in October and then 2 weeks in February.
Yeah.
Didn't happen many, many years.
So we got back on the ferry rather quicker than it took to walk. Nice ride. We met a nice couple on the ferry who are very similar to us. Nice chat. So we're now going up to have our tapas selection plate. She don't understand tapas, ain't got a clue, but that's what we're having anyway. And some Naring spuds. which are boiled potatoes in salt, which is amazing that it tastes nice, but they're the little ones and it just is lovely, even without the sauce. Now we have once again the tapas with some very dodgy fish. Right, well that's the tapas had. We're now going to go down in that little nook there and have a swim, because my goodness it's hot. Spoke to the waiter and he said normally it'd be 18 to 20 degrees in November, and it's 28 plus. So if you don't believe in global warming, something's happening. We've done beach wriggling in the towel, which we needed Catherine's mum's thing, which was a curtain with an elastic band around the top. We've got newly acquired wet shoes, and there's a little place you can get in here. There's really not much space, but there's enough space for a fat bloke and a thin girl. That's us mother did. It's just a very small space to dip in, but it's very welcome. The restaurant was up there. It is absolutely lovely up in the searing heat. What do you reckon?
Oh,
Beautiful.